Alright, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, Derek.
It has been been a week or so since we last recorded.
It's been roughly 2 weeks. In that time,
A Nintendo Direct has happened.
the Nintendo Direct has
Nintendo
happened.
Direct has
Not
happened.
just a Nintendo Direct, the Nintendo
The
Direct.
Switch 2 Nintendo Direct.
The Switch 2 has officially been announced, and they did a whole Direct about it. How much do we want to talk about this? I could talk about this for a little bit.
I know you will.
So, let me put this delicately. They announced the Switch 2, and I'm watching it, and they opened up with Mario Kart World.
Okay.
And I saw that, and I was like, oh, new Mario Kart game. Strong opening, Nintendo. Very strong opening from Nintendo. They're coming out swinging on this Direct. Alright, I'm feeling you. And they show off the game, and they're showing it, and I'm like, they have him like, you know, the one where he's like driving down it's Mario driving down what looks like a highway?
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was just like, oh, yo, are they making this open world? And then, like, in 1 minute into the Direct, they're like, you can drive anywhere. I'm like, I fucking called it. And I'm like, I knew they were gonna fucking do it.
I won't lie and say I'm not hyped for it. That game looked really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get to why to not be hyped for it.
Yeah,
but
Continue.
But I'm like, alright, shit, dude, that's sick. And then they're like showing off more and more stuff, and I'm like, that all looks pretty good. And they're showing off the Direct, the Switch 2, and they're like, here's all of its specs and stuff. And at this point, I'm a little like, this seems kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about some of this stuff. So first off, the rumor didn't end up being true. The Joy-Cons have 2 IR sensors for mouse controls.
Yep.
And you hold it like a really reasonable person would hold a mouse. Like it's going to give you carpal tunnel system in like 2.5 hours of play.
Yeah. I saw that and I'm like, oh. And I'm talking to my partner because I showed her some of the Direct and she was just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, 2 mouses. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, yes. Finally, the most convenient feature of the Switch 2. Dude, you know what I love about having a portable handheld that I can take anywhere?
What's that?
Requiring myself to have a table or desk nearby me to play in mouse control games. God, what a convenient and not fucking retarded console idea. God, Nintendo's so smart. I wish Nintendo would run all gaming.
Chris did not in fact wish Nintendo could run all gaming.
I'm just saying, this is another fucking Nintendo controller. Someday I'm gonna make a whole video about how every Nintendo controller ever is designed by a fucking crackhead. Like, every fucking one of them is a crackhead. I blame Shigeru Miyamoto, and I don't even think he's the reason. But I blame him because he's a fucking crackhead. He comes in and he's like, this Samus game's pretty good, but you know what would make it better? If Samus had bug heads and then leaves. And Retro Studio's like, the f*** does that mean? And they're like, oh, he meant he want different visions for scanning things in the world. God, our crackhead manager is such a good, smart human.
I absolutely love that is what he meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like anybody would be like, what?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? So... So anyways, someday I'm making a video on it, because, like, NES controller, solid. Super Nintendo controller, nice improvement into the controller industry. And then every controller since then has been like, hey, what works? And I don't care, throw it in the trash, we're doing something crazy!
So real. So real.
So anyways, enough of that. So, yeah, they were like, you can have mouse controls. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like, 2% of people use this at any point in time.
No, I'm never going to use that
like,
if I ever get one.
Who fucking cares? And then they were like, here's our new game that you show off the mouse controllers. And I'm just like, oh my god, they made Cripple Basketball.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, so their attempt at Rocket League?
Their attempt at justifying having 2 mouse controllers is to make Rocket League involving cripples playing basketball. And you know what?
No robots playing basketball.
It looks pretty sick. They're definitely humans.
I know.
Like, they're definitely humans.
It looks
pretty good. I just was like, what a weird, crazy concept.
What a choice.
Yeah, what a choice. Yeah, that's the best way to put it, is what a choice. I bet it will be fun. I will never play it. I bet the online is going to be like $80 now.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the tech demo you have to pay for?
I was getting there, Darren.
Oh, sorry.
And then they showed off the tech demo where they were like, you can go through this museum and play all these mini games, and it teaches you how the system works and the controllers. And I'm like, oh yeah, good idea. Just like the PlayStation 5 had and the Wii had. And I went, how much do I want to bet that this is going to be like 1-2 Switch, which was a tech demo that they made us pay $60 for. And then they were like, this is a paid game. And I'm just like, of course it fucking is. Luckily, it's only like $15 or $20 or something. That is still $15 or $20 too much money. That is not worth it for a second.
$5, and then it might be worth it.
No.
But even
no. That shit should be free, and it should come pre-installed on every Switch. Like Astrobot comes pre-installed on every PS5. Like... There's a reason why, dude, Astro's Playroom, pre-installed on the PS4, shows off how the controller works and the camera. Fucking PlayStation VR came with fucking Playroom VR. Free download to show off how the VR headset works. PS5 had fucking Astrobot, or Astro's Playroom, whatever the fuck it was. Pre-installed, every PS5, free. Shows how the controller works and the camera works. Woo! Nintendo, this is a concept Nintendo understood and then chose to fuck off. They were like, Nintendo made Nintendo Wii. They made Wii Sports. Solid game, shows off how motion controls work. Then they named Nintendo Land, pack-in game with the Wii U. Showed how the gamepad worked and all the ideas you could use with it. Great. And then they were like, 1-2 Switch, buy that shit, you fucking idiots. And then what did everyone do? They bought it like a bunch of fucking idiots!
They bought that
turn this down slightly, because I keep peeking the mic. Yeah. So, it's like...
Apologies to people.
Yeah, anyways. So, it's like... Stop fucking... It's like, stop fucking buying their shit. Stop buying their shit.
I saw someone's post that you'd get a chuckle out of, and it was like... Oh... The new Pokemon game on the Switch 2 doesn't look like it looks like it's running at a decent frame rate.
Yes.
I'm like, oh god.
Great. Dude, I just don't understand the thought process. Anyways. So, number one, this is a life lesson for everyone. This is an important life lesson. I know everyone's not going to listen to me because people are stupid and love Nintendo. But stop buying their garbage because they keep making more garbage.
There's a lot of people who are like, I was super hyped, and then I saw the price. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna buy the stupid Nintendo Museum for the Switch 2 thing, whatever the fuck that tech demo is.
Yeah.
Because,
that's absurd.
Yeah, and it's not a physical game.
No. So,
at least with 1-2 Switch, you could argue it was a party game. A bad party game. But, you could argue it was a game. You know what I mean? This is not a game. They're selling it for, $15, which is better, but, people are gonna be like, I'm gonna buy it anyways, because it's only $15 and Nintendo made it, and I need to buy everything Nintendo makes, because I can't get the taste of their penis out of my mouth, and I just need more of that! And that's how, most of Nintendo fanboys work.
Yeah.
So...
even my partner who likes Nintendo stuff, she was looking at it and was just like, I don't know.
So here's what makes it better, right? Is so we get through all of the stuff, and then they announced the new Donkey Kong game at the very end. And I was like, actually, I should bring up the middle part. So the middle part, they're bringing up all the publishers that are now going to support the Switch.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I love it when companies do this, because they did this for the Wii U too. There was a bunch of developers that were like, we're going to support the Wii U, and then a year in, they all dropped it because it sold no fucking units.
Yeah.
So, that means nothing to me. Saying you're going to make games for it means fucking jack shit to me. I want to see when you actually have games on the fucking console.
Well, I just love that Hollow Knight 2 is just the next Hollow Knight game. It's just like, oh, we're going to make the Hollow Knight game. It's going to be on the Switch too. It's like, sure, you've been in development for 8 years now.
Yeah, they showed the same gameplay of it that they've showed on like 40 billion other game sites, so like who cares?
And then they're going to have a new FromSoft game on that. So, I don't know.
FromSoft is huge. I'll talk about that in a second. Read this fucking shit.
Well, this room is a mess. Someone must have tidied it up for me. See that behind me? It's a portrait of my dad. Doesn't he look impressive?
He sure does.
But Dad made me a promise that I'd change this portrait one day. You'll have to hang up one of yourself when you're the chief. So proud of... so sure I'd grow up like him. I've left it up, but I did promise, so I have to do it eventually. Never mind that. We have to find the entrance to the shortcut.
Destroy his portrait. Nice.
Nice. Huh? The portrait? Oops. You know, this is just like one of my dad's memos. Nugget of wisdom, number 34. Break.
Where is? If it exists, there's porn of it on the internet.
I was waiting. A breakdown can lead to a breakthrough. I mean, yeah.
Sure.
More importantly, I think you found that shortcut. Let's go.
I do that every couple months. I have a complete mental breakdown and then I move forward.
Yeah, trust me, I get it. I get it. Oh, how are we supposed to get over there? Looks like the path picks up over there. Now we just gotta get across. The best saying for the time like this is, Nugget of Wisdom 19. If you can't fly, borrow some wings.
Huh?
Never knew what Dad meant by that one. How are you supposed to borrow someone's wings?
You just steal them. Just steal their wings.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they got a new FromSoft game that there's not enough information. But hello.
Zelda! That's amazing. You're brilliant. I don't think I can do that trick, but I'll find a way to catch up with you. Go on without me. Okay, we won't have any dialogue for a little bit.
Alright, so they got a new FromSoft game, and I gotta say, like, that's huge, though.
It is.
For Nintendo, like, that's crazy. I was like... And if it's actually exclusive, and it stays exclusive, that's a huge game.
I don't think it will be, though, but... Who knows at this moment?
You say that, but Bloodborne was exclusive to the PS4 and is still exclusive to the PS4.
Really?
Yes.
I forgot
so,
that.
like, I absolutely could see them doing it. It all just depends on how much money Nintendo is willing to throw at FromSoft. And, like, that's a huge get, though. If it actually is exclusive, that shit is going to stay exclusive. And
as Nintendo.
Then, if it is exclusive and it stays exclusive, then Nintendo is going to make... plenty of console sales on that alone. By far. Nice. Nicely done.
Yep.
Like, that alone would be enough. That being said, it's like, that being said, that's all if it actually stays exclusive.
Well, I gotta figure out what I need to do.
You don't have enough, man.
Like, I got this.
Right,
Just continue talking.
I believe you. Yeah. So, and then the last thing that I think was actually important was the Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Banana Blitz,
or whatever it's called.
Oh no, Bonanza. That's it. It's a great name. Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Bonanza.
I think that game is good. It's definitely the, like, Mario Odyssey.
That's what people are comparing it to. People are saying that's probably like that's the Mario Odyssey 2 in disguise.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is good, because that was a good game. I'm sure this will be a good game. It looks like it will be a good game. So that'll all be fine. And then the direct ended,
Yep.
and I was like, because I was sitting there at the end, and it's like wrapping up. I'm like, all right, they're wrapping up, but they haven't showed price yet. All right, Nintendo, show the price. What's this gonna cost? And then the Switch just ended without them showing the price, and I was like, Nintendo made their shit too expensive. It's
Yeah, I know it.
because if they didn't, they would have shown the price, and they did not show the price. So that shit's fucking really expensive. I could feel it in my bones.
And then, like, an hour or so later, tech websites and people were like, "Oh, we found out the price
Yeah, they're like, it's gonna be $450, and I was
for
like,
the normal one."
and I was like, they're doomed. And I stand by that. And, like, I know people were like... And I knew it was going to be $450. They made it very obvious it was going to be, like, $450. $450 is way too fucking high.
Yep.
Way too fucking high. That was a...
Decision.
Yeah, that was a fucking choice, is how I would put it. I would not have released that for $450.
No.
That shit, I said it before it even announced. I was like, the Switch 2 has to be like...
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking about it. And I was like, the Switch 2 has to be, at most, $400. If they go over $400, it becomes a very simple game of, yeah, I could buy a Switch 2, or I could buy a more powerful modern-day console for $50 more.
Yeah, I'd rather spend...
I'm just gonna buy a fucking console.
I'd rather buy a PlayStation 5 for, $500 more, or not 500, $50 more, than spend $450 for something that's as powerful as a PlayStation 4, and has a more of a limited collection of games.
It's like it's the same problem that the Switch had, but the Switch got away with it because it was really fucking cheap, which is all the games on the Switch are games I already fucking played.
Yeah.
And if they keep that up for the Switch 2 at a price point of $450 fucking dollars, they're fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. Hey, Zelda. Whoa, I finally managed to catch up. Oh no, that's a giant rock in the way. This path hasn't been used in a while. It probably fell at some time.
Hold on a second. Mega Man, there's a huge rock in the way. Alright, I had to quote at least one Eoraptor thing for that.
Leave this to me. Let's see. Based on the size and the type of stone, the angle I need to use is... Okay.
Then you hit it with a gigaton hammer.
Take this!
Oh no, he gave
Didn't
that
work.
rock a vagina.
I hope that this can fit my calculations. Zelda, we still don't know each other long, but with this slate, it's like a map from my father. So the idea of not having it around makes me pretty nervous. But while we're at it, I realize that there's time when carvings on the rock won't be enough. I think you helped me figure things out. The words on it are valuable, but I can't be a great chief while I'm staring at a slate. To be a great chief, I have to keep my eyes up to see what works best for me. Can we just get to the dungeon so I don't have to listen
I
to
know,
anymore?
right?
So let's try something different.
Stop talking. He's gonna use the slate to blow up the rocks.
Chief, Goron Chief, Nugget of Wisdom, number 56.
Don't rely on the slate.
Be creative with what you got. Your slate. Wasn't it important to you?
You couldn't have found another rock that was similarly shaped?
Nope. Yeah, but it'll be alright. I could still use the nuggets of wisdom my father left to help me do things my way. The Dunson way.
That's because I've memorized all 1,000 of them.
Oh, 50-something. Besides, I've got all my father's memos memorized by at this point.
I knew it. Called that shit.
Sorry to keep you waiting on my big insight. The crater is just ahead. it seems Denson really made a breakthrough. It's nice to see him more comfortable. Yeah, I don't ever want to see him again.
It's like, yeah, anyways. Fair enough. He is the good boy. Anyways. Alright, so...
He's the good boy.
He's the good boy. Yeah, but yeah, $450 is too fucking high. That thing needed to be no more than $400.
$500 if you want to get it with Mario Kart on it.
Yeah, you save $30.
And I found this out too. So if you buy some physical games, you aren't even buying a physical game. You're buying a card, a physical cartridge that is a download.
Derek.
I know that's a thing that's already been a thing.
Yeah, have you not owned a Switch? Let me inform you that that's almost all of the fucking games on the Switch.
A good number of them.
Yeah, that is why the Switch is kind of a shit console.
Yeah. So this is where you've been searching for. What's this last missing Goron? Must be in there. Can I help? It looks like the center rift of this area. All the little ones nearby are seemingly spreading from this. So if your friends were swallowed by any of them, they should return after we mend this one. But Dudson, only the two of us can go inside. You helped us so much. Please wait here. Alright, I wish I could do more, but... Princess Zelda, try. I know you can do this. I'm gonna open the rift now. Stand back, Zelda. Yeah, no, I know it's been a thing. I haven't bought any of those games because I'm like, this is stupid, and why would I do that?
Well, I mean, it's not just that. It's the fact that like, you do realize that that's how games have worked literally since the 90s, right?
Yeah.
That's how like. Yes, I know that we play games off of the CD, but like on console, on PC, how do you think you install the game onto the PC and then you can't play it until you put the CD in?
True.
It's always been like that. It's always been like that.
But you're
the problem now is that I don't trust Nintendo to keep their servers up. That's the problem.
That's the real issue.
That's the real issue, is that I don't trust Nintendo to keep the fucking servers running.
Because they seem to bring down the server almost all the time.
They just shut down the Wii U and the Switch, and the 3DS, less than a year ago? Like, I don't trust them to fucking keep that running. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Maybe some stupid fans of Nintendo are, but they're stupid. 'Cause no.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not looking forward to that.
So yeah, I'm like, no thank you.
No thank you.
I talked about it too with the original Switch, and I kind of have the same feeling about the Switch too, I'm not gonna lie to you. Which is, I've said it before, but it was a long time ago, so I'll say it again. The Switch is a shitty fucking console. It's gonna be a great retro console, but it's a shitty modern day console. And there's a very specific reason I say this, and it's because any game that I want to play on the Switch, I have either already played, or already decided I don't want to play it on consoles that they were on, 5 or 6 years ago. So it's all shit I've already played, so I have no interest in buying them.
Yep.
What's gonna make the Switch a good retro console is it's gonna make me go, in 10-ish years from now, it's gonna make me go, oh, hey, this game that I played years ago is on the Switch. Now I can play it portably for $5. So it's gonna be a great retro console, and a god-awful modern-day console.
Yeah.
And I stand by that statement. I absolutely stand by that statement. Now, that being said, I kind of feel the same about the Switch 2. I feel like the Switch 2 is gonna get a lot of game ports from the PS4 that I played 7 years ago, and I'm gonna go, meh.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. And then several years from now, I'll pick up a Switch 2 for $200, maybe $150, and get a bunch of games that no one cared about because they played years ago for $5, $10, and it'll be a great console then.
As a new gen console, no.
But as a new gen console, the biggest thing it has going for it, and I will admit, is that if you really want a portable gaming device that plays modern stuff, air quotes around modern stuff, then your options are essentially the Switch, the Steam Deck, and all the other not Steam Decks.
Mm-hmm.
And those are like $800. Those are anywhere between like $600 and $800.
Yeah.
So like compared to those, it's a great value. But compared to the Steam Deck, I think it's a shit buy.
No, the Steam Deck is a much better deal.
Like you pay like if you go with the cheapest Steam Deck, it's like $300.
No, I was honestly looking at it and I went, it would just be better to get a Steam Deck because then I'd have access to my entire Steam library.
Well, yeah, that's my whole point. Is like because people were like, yeah, but it's a weaker console and the screen's not as good and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, yeah, but like you have all your Steam games, which you already have, are way cheaper than new Switch games and consistently go on sales for like nothing.
Yeah, and
like,
the other thing is, I know people are saying that the Steam Deck is you can emulate way easier than with other certain consoles.
Yeah, and that's like my whole thing. People are like, oh, but you can play they have the GameCube now as a subscription fee, and I'm like, that's great. I can have the GameCube for free on my Steam Deck.
Yeah, we're close to my friends. I can sense it. They're turning back now. Yeah, I don't know. It
just the whole price point just seems wrong. Like the whole thing seems bad.
$450.
Yeah, like I said, like not that I think it's gonna be dead in the water. I know Nintendo fans are stupid, so I know they're gonna drop that much money. And like as much as people were like $80 for Super Mario Kart is too high, I know they're gonna buy that shit day one. They're gonna bitch and whine and scream about it, and then they're gonna buy it day one and justify Nintendo doing it again.
My partner was looking at it, and she was just like, I don't really care, but also like it does look nice.
Yeah,
but I'm like, does it really though?
I mean, kinda. I can talk more about that. Wait, hold on. Time out. We gotta pick this up in the next part. We've gone over time. We'll see you guys then. Peace.